Well, this is Barnet, Hertfordshire, Barnet High Street, and this is where I was born and brought up. And I used to live up there. Oh my gosh. Whoa, it's just the same. It's tiny. Well, this is bizarre. I remember this as a huge, long room. Over here, we had a radiogram, they were called. My mother loved Ella Fitzgerald and Perry Como and Andy Williams, people like that. So, and this is really where I started to think that I could maybe, I used to like to sing, so I used to sing along with Ella Fitzgerald, can you believe it? A fine romance. My parents were wonderful people. My father was a drummer and he had his own band called the Arcadians, and every weekend he would go out on gigs. Good people, down to earth, kind, funny. They had wonderful sense of humour. And this window, I would spend hours staring out of the window watching the world go by. And that place over there where it says Hadley's, that used to be my mother's hat shop. At the end of the school day, I would usually, instead of coming here, I would go to the hat shop. Oh, up the stairs to my bedroom, oh Lord. Well, now there's a double bed in here, but I shared this room with my sister. I think what I remember most is this view. Here at night, you could look down over London, really, and it all twinkled. I remember I used to think it was like fairyland. So, when I was 11 years old, we moved from Barnet High Street here to suburbia, Oakley Park, East Barnet. Night breezes seem to whisper, I love you. Wow. My mother and I would watch television programs here. I can remember being inspired by Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers and those wonderful old movies of the time, you know, musical movies, American movies. So this was the beginnings, I always feel, of how I started to really find out about the fact that I loved to sing. My parents had to give up a lot to send me to drama school. Money was tight, so, you know, and the fees were high. And so there was a lot of sacrifice on their part to give me that beginning. And of course, when I started to get work and things, and usually quite well paid, even then, you know, I think they were thrilled and excited, and they were always there for me. So this is the beautiful garden that was the pride and joy of both my parents. My father, who was sort of a good amateur photographer, or so he thought, bless him, hung a sheet from this tree and to this tree. And so I remember quite clearly standing here and pointing my right foot like that and going like that. Being back here in this house after 50 years, it's my whole life, you know, my whole childhood. This is where my childhood ended and where I left home and ventured out into the big wide world.